What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another review, this time for Cobra Kai Season 3. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, guys, just giving you an overall thoughts on Season 3. These seasons I love mainly for the fact that they are 30-minute to 40-minute episodes, and I can easily binge that. So I did binge this on January 1st, 2021. It's so hard to say 2021. I'm still stuck in 2020, which is like the worst year by far I've lived through, and a lot of you guys have lived through. But leaving that in the past, it is now officially 2021, and you guys know the hype behind Cobra Kai as a whole, not to mention that they moved it up a whole week. This is actually supposed to be released next Friday, but they did us a late Christmas gift, and they awarded it to us fans of Cobra Kai, of Karate Kid, on this day, January 1st, 2021. So once again, spoiler-free reviews, my thoughts on just kind of how the second one left off, just kind of more alluding to things that you probably saw in the trailer. Did Netflix do a good job of picking this one up and possibly the future of Cobra Kai? So all that being said, before we get into this spoiler-free review, make sure you guys do hit that thumbs up if you guys do appreciate talk like this. And if you want to see more, let me know down in the comments below what you guys want to see from Cobra Kai, or what you guys expect from Cobra Kai Season 4. Alright guys, and make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification for more content like this. Alright, so let's just get into how the second one did leave off without major spoilers. So it did leave off on a huge major fight, guys, that left one of their own Cobra Kai members injured in the hospital. So I love that we got to see, him kind of battling through recovery. And unfortunately, that's the bad thing about trailers, guys, is that that this character does survive, and you're kind of not on pins and needles really throughout it, because that he does go through recovery, and they kind of alluded that he could possibly die or not, but that no spoiler, he does survive this one. And it is Miguel, and he's one of my favorite characters in the Cobra Kai series, next to Hawk. So we'll talk about like some of the characters, how they kind of evolved and stuff like that, and some of the ones that I liked and disliked throughout the journey. But all of that being said, Johnny Lawrence does get a lot closer with Miguel. We saw that he was kind of like a father figure to Miguel, and Johnny himself did not have a great past upbringing, so he's kind of making up for it, as well as a lot of the stuff that's going on with Robbie in this season. So we didn't get to see too much of Robbie, and I think they kind of changed the storyline maybe to kind of fit that this guy Robbie, played by Tanner Buchanan, he's actually filming for this She's All That reboot. It's called He's All That. So I think the reason we didn't get to see him too much is because he's in between filming projects. So I thought that was a cool way to kind of shimmy, him not being in it too much. Though Robbie was really, really cool character. We got to see him kind of going through a juvie. Once again, I'm only alluding to things in the trailer, guys. We got to see him kind of fighting more the opposite of Miyagi-Do, which is more defend yourself. And it seemed like he was more on the offense in this whole season. So he's very, very conflicted, and I really liked seeing that. Another favorite character of mine, once again, going back to Johnny, William Zabka, we get to see that he's kind of, growing, maturing. I know, at his age of in his 40s, almost 50s, he's not matured. Him or Danny, played by Ralph Macchio, these guys are not matured. They call him, I believe, even the wife of Amanda LaRusso, she says, here's the man boys right here. So they definitely are, always, going at each other's necks, throwing little spats here and there, and it does rub off on their students. And that's kind of where everything kind of flows. It starts from the top, trickles down. So good teacher, good students, and I like the morals, of course, along the way. And of course, you got to remember the central message and the reasoning for martial arts is to defend yourself. So it goes against everything that this character we got introduced to, Mr. John Reese, is teaching. You know, he was a student, sensei of Johnny. So passing on those, we got to see a little more method to his madness, why he became the person that he became, you know, from during the war in Vietnam. So I loved all the flashbacks, by the way. Though that was kind of a point that brought my score down a notch was that they showed way too much of a movie that I personally did not see. So I have not seen Karate Kid 2. I have not seen Karate Kid 3. And this season, season 3, they focused a lot on Karate Kid 2. And I was like, damn it, I'm gonna have to do a first time watch now because I'm pretty much being shown the whole movie. So we got introduced to a couple of characters in that, which is great because I can only assume that they're not doing too much work since the 80s. I'm sure they've had illustrious careers, but it's cool that they can, make a callback to these characters that we possibly might not know too much about. And, Danny does fly to Japan to kind of, gather his roots. It kind of ties into business and stuff like that. So we get to see all of that. And that's really cool, as well as finding out a little more about Peyton List's character, Tori, who's more of the Cobra Kai frontwoman badass. Now that Aisha is gone too, played by Nicole Brown. So that was another big, people were like, what? Why are you guys getting rid of Aisha? And they kind of kill off her character. Not kill her character off, but they shimmy her out of the series. In the beginning, they let it be known that, something happened. I'll just say that. But that was a huge, kind of thing going around in the internet in the last couple of days or so before this aired, was that Aisha was not coming back. I don't know the reasoning, guys, for that, but she is no longer in this series. So I guess it's a minor spoiler, but you're not going to see her in it. You probably heard online. But I did like seeing Tori's backstory a little bit. It was extremely similar to Robbie Keane's character. And that's cool because they kind of have a little relatable thing going on there. Now, all of that being said, I do got to fault it once again. It goes to the fight choreography. Not the greatest I've seen. I feel like in season 1 and 2, they had a lot better choreographed fight scenes. These punches seemed really pulled. William Zabka is amazing at his age. Danny LaRusso, not so much. Reese, not so much. I mean, I understand that guy's like 20 years older than the other guys, but not the greatest It's not John Wick fighting. I'll just say that, guys. It's not, 80s blood sport type fighting. So in that sense, okay. But a lot of the teenage fighting, that was okay. Though it seemed like these actors, the ones that played the kids, the teenagers, they were doing a lot of their own stunts, and I kind of appreciated that from them because, when you saw them fly or flip on the ground and stuff like that, it was the actual kid actors, and, that's not easy to do. So, I'll give it to them in that sense, and of course we get, the breaking off of Miyagi-Do. You get to see also, I don't even know if this is too much of a spoiler, but Johnny does kind of break from Cobra Kai, guys, to start his own thing, and which I'm not even going to say the name because it's so ridiculous, but I thought it was so funny. The writing in this is really, really good, too. It's all tongue-in-cheek, especially from Johnny. Johnny is stuck in the 80s, man. He doesn't know how to use Facebook. We get to see that he's a little more tech-savvy in this, and that kind of plays into another character from the Karate Kid movies that we get introduced to that it kind of hinted off on the last episode of season 2, so that's always a plus. It was just a cool, fun reunion, basically, is what season 3 was. And in episode 10, the final episode, guys, it wrapped up nicely with a Christmas bow because it was a Christmas episode with an amazing big fight scene, kind of like the fight scene that we got in the episode of season 2, just done a little more dramatic, I will say. And that's another thing, too, is that going back to the choreography, even though it wasn't my favorite in the seasons that we got so far, they threw some epic, like John Wick, Christopher Nolan score type of stuff behind it to really amp you up, and you didn't feel it too much. At least I didn't, as far as like, it's on par with the fighting, as a score. but that's okay. All in all, I had fun with this. I got to learn a lot more about the characters, and that's what I want to see. I want this to kind of keep going. And talking about the future of Cobra Kai, guys, they've already announced they have developments to develop up to season 6. So I'm like, when they release all this stuff online, it's really just lackluster. It really doesn't make me too amped up because I already know that more seasons are coming. So then I just start imagining in my head, what can they do from here? How can they, where can they go from here? Another cool thing I will say is that Hawk, one of my favorite characters, played by Jacob Bertrand, he does have a redemption moment in the final episode. And I was so excited because he is one of my favorites, nerd turned bully in Cobra Kai. So Hawk has an awesome, he has a lot of awesome choreographed fight scenes in this show. So yeah, I mean, I really did enjoy myself through and through, guys. We got a couple of more members, as well as Miguel's mom, played by Carmen. She has a little more role in this with, with Johnny and stuff like that. Daniel plays Daniel. So, that's fine. I mean, we get to learn a little bit more when he does go to Japan on that trip, and that's fine. Not too much elaboration in his life other than, like I said, it ties into Karate Kid 2, which I'll have to go back and see now. Unfortunately, I feel like I was spoiled of a lot of the scenes, and they didn't even put up a spoiler, in case you haven't seen Karate Kid 30 years ago or so. All right, but all of that being said, guys, I did have fun with Cobra Kai Season 3, and I will give it a 4 out of 5. All right, guys, so I recommend you guys do check this one out if you guys are fans of the Karate Kid or Cobra Kai. I think these seasons might be getting a little better. They can amp it up a little more. A little less YA drama. I mean, there's a lot of the, the little teen romances going on here and there. I understand they're trying to appease to the younger demographic, but at the same time, let's amp up the martial arts choreography a little bit for us older action fiends, okay, guys? So yeah, once again, definitely check that out, and that's kind of my final thoughts on Cobra Kai Season 3. All right, guys, let me know what you guys thought about it. Please, spoiler free. I will be doing a live coming soon in the next couple of days with a couple of people on the panel, and we'll be talking full spoilers on that, guys. So look forward to that on the channel. That's why you guys got to hit that subscribe and bell notification. All right, guys. So leave it again down in the comments below your thoughts on Season 3 if you guys have checked it out. If you guys haven't checked out Season 3 and you guys are excited just based on what I had talked about, let me know as well. And make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe and bell notification once again, guys. I can't say it enough. All right, guys. Till next video, I am gone. Peace.